Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome everyone to our deep dive into the sources you've shared with us.
Mhm.
Today it's all about Lord Ganesha. The instantly recognizable elephant-headed deity in Hinduism.
Absolutely. Known everywhere, primarily as Vinaharta, the one who removes
And
obstacles.
CD data, right? Bestower of success, good fortune.
Exactly. And, his image, his roles, they actually pop up in other traditions too, which is interesting.
So our mission here, really, is to kind of dig into these sources, understand his significance, where the stories come from.
The symbolism, yeah.
Yeah.
Why he's so universally loved and, well, worshipped. What makes him unique.
Right. So let's jump straight to that fundamental point the sources raise.
Hmm.
Why Ganesha first, before anything important?
Yeah, that's key. Starting a business, getting married, even a spiritual path. You start with him.
Because what's really behind that? Is it just the obstacle removal?
Well, that's the main thing, yes. Vinaharta. Clearing the way for success. But it's layered. The sources point to more.
Like, there's a specific reason, a command almost.
Precisely. The big origin story, the Puranic one, it ends with Shiva himself saying Ganesha must be worshipped first. A divine mandate, really.
Okay, and here's where the sources get really interesting, I thought. They link why he's important back to how he was made.
Yeah. Parvati using turmeric paste, or sometimes described as dirt from her body.
Which ties him directly to the earth, right? To our everyday world, our mundane issues. Like he governs that level specifically.
Exactly. And then there are these other, maybe less common ideas, like him being a translator.
A translator. How so?
Between human thought called Nad Bhasha, like a raw sound or vibration in divine language, Prakash Bhasha, pure light or understanding.
Wow. So he makes sure our intentions actually get through properly.
Kind of bridges that gap. And then there's him being commander of the directions, the dishas.
Controlling the 10 directions.
Yeah, making sure divine energy, grace flows properly to earth from all sides. So he's clearing paths externally, but also internally, you could say, from intention to reception.
Which, okay, that leads us right to that famous origin story. The one explaining the elephant head.
The classic. Parvati needs protection, creates Ganesha. He stops Shiva at the door.
Not knowing who Shiva is, importantly.
Right. And Shiva, in his anger, well, he removes Ganesha's head.
Leading to Parvati's grief, obviously. Huge cosmic upset.
Mm-hmm. So to fix things, Shiva promises to replace the head with the first creature he sees, an elephant. Or sometimes Gajasura, an elephant demon.
And then Ganesha is revived and gets that top spot, foremost among gods.
Exactly. And that whole story is just packed with symbolism, isn't it?
Totally. Parvati as the ultimate energy, Shakti. Ganesha, initially, like this earthbound awareness, maybe even ego.
Created for purpose, yeah. And Shiva cutting off the head that's like destroying the limited ego.
And the elephant head replacing it.
That signifies universal consciousness, wisdom, the Atman, the self, replacing limitation with vastness. It's a huge transformation.
And this focus on symbolism, it runs through everything about him, doesn't it? His form, his names.
Absolutely. The sources really stress this. Every detail means something.
Like Gajana elephant-faced. Straight away you think wisdom, power.
Sensibility, too. And Gajakarna, the big elephant ears.
Always listening, right? To prayers. Aware. Empathetic.
Spot on. And then Lambodar, the big belly. Or Mahodara.
That's a fascinating one. It's not just literal.
Not at all. It's about containing everything, yes, all universes, but also digesting all experiences. The good, the bad, holding it all.
So like immense patience, acceptance, a storehouse of wisdom gained from life.
That's the idea, integrating everything. And Ekadanta, the single tusk.
Ah, the broken tusk.
Yeah.
There's that famous story linked to the Mahabharata, right?
Yes. Serving as scribe for sage Vyasa. The deal was Vyasa would dictate continuously. Ganesha had to understand and write without stopping.
And his pen broke, so he
snapped off his own tusk and just kept going. Used it as a pen.
Incredible. Symbolizing sacrifice, focus.
Resilience, yeah. Overcoming duality, maybe, for the sake of knowledge. Dedication.
So putting it all together, why he's worshipped first. The origin, the deep symbolism. He's really the master of getting things started, removing those blocks.
On so many levels, yeah. Material, mental, spiritual.
Did the sources draw connections to other figures? You mentioned Hanuman briefly.
They did. Just a quick note, but pointing out that both are often invoked for wisdom, booty, and strength, Bala.
Both powerful obstacle removers, too.
Definitely. And there's a shared belief they can help with difficult astrological stuff, especially related to Saturn or Shani.
Interesting overlap, even with their very different stories.
It is. So, bringing this back to you, the listener, Ganesha's whole presence, as shown in these sources, it's really about navigating life. Worshipping him is about seeking that clarity, getting rid of what's holding you back, gaining wisdom, finding success, whatever your path.
Material success, intellectual insight, spiritual growth. Kind of covers it all. The guide who clears the way.
He really does.
Well, thank you for sharing these sources for this deep dive. It's been fascinating. Maybe a final thought for everyone listening. How can thinking about this ancient symbolism, the elephant head, the single tusk, that big belly, give you a new way to look at your own obstacles, your own pursuit of wisdom today?
Something to think about as you go.